Hello everybody, today this is part 21 of What If Deku Had All for One. Yes, I know, this is going to be the last Deku Has All for One video, that is going to be before the sports festival. Anyway, here we go. Immortal's perspective. Immortal looks at the contracts that he's going to send out to pro heroes to internships, and he looks at the normal one and sees he's a thing that schools can edit but tend not to, and he says, I'll do this. He writes into every single student contract that a pro hero will have to sign to have them as an intern. Yes, it's under a bit of paperwork, but it's going to be an interesting tidbit. It's after the fact. Is that if in dangerous or situations where the student considers it prudent to stop a villain or criminal from doing villainous or criminal acts, they have the right under UA's permission to use their quirk in that necessary meaning. And Immortal says, yeah, I can do that. I can put that there. And he sends that to the thing, and one thing is that nobody really notices that edit. No one really notices because it's under a bunch of other pages that people just sign automatically. So, outside of character, that means certain events will happen differently. Anyway, this is going to be, outside of character, a short video. But that's not all I'm going to give you. Deku is training for literally tomorrow being the UA Sports Festival. He's just training his adaptability, anything he can think of, really. Because he only get with, for example, his graphite and metal manipulation. He only gets a certain amount of graphite to use it, but technically speaking, some people are saying it's cheating, but technically speaking, it's in the same vein of allowing Sato to have sugar. Because that's how his quirk works. And Deku is training his water quirks because, well, he thought of a decent idea if he used amplifier and water manipulation, water control, or water creation, and he's capable of not its primitive use of it, but he can use a decent amount of water. Yes, it takes a decent amount of focus, but, well, every quirk needs to be trained individually, kind of, he says to himself, and All for One says, you've been saying that motto recently. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You have to train every single quirk individually. All for One blinks once, blinks twice, blinks 3 times, and says, so you're telling me every single quirk needs to be trained differently for them to become more powerful? Yes. All for One face palms and says, okay, how the hell does my own dang son know that, but I do not? Deku says, well, that at least happens with me. And when All for One trains one of his quirks he likes to use, spring-like arms, he has a decent amount of control over that one, but, well, when he trains it instead of using it in combat, he gets only an hour session training with Izuku. He's capable of using spring-like limbs 1% better than he did before the fact. And All For One says, okay then. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I feel stupid. And Izuku says, well, that's just an oversight. It's the fact that you just have way too many quirks to train at once. And, well, as much as, yeah, I have a lot of quirks, I can train them all individually. Hisashi says, yeah, but it's kind of embarrassing to the fact that I literally try to figure out how to enhance my quirks throughout any means necessary. Not realizing the fact that training the quirk would have helped. Bag. And Hisashi leaves, and then Izuku just says, and starts punching the beanbag, the punching bag that he is on the wall, to use a different combination of quirks. And Hisashi says, Inko, yes, honey? How is it that the fact I've been alive for more than, what, 200... How long has it been? You were born in 2000, I believe, 6, I believe? Eve or 2000... That area of time. Yeah, I was born 2006, January 13th. All For One was born a few months later in April. Or, no, he was born April of the year before, my bad. Or is it hold on. He calls Immortal and says, when were we born? Are you really asking me that stupid question, Hisashi? I don't remember. Of course you don't. I was born in 2006, April 21st. Erst, you were born on January 15th of 2007. Evan. How hard is that to remember? Hey, I'm not the one with the adaptability regeneration bullshit quirk. I'm gonna hang up now and do my paperwork. All For One says, fine. And All For One says, okay. And Inko laughs and says, let me guess. As called you an idiot. How do you know? From what I've heard of Immortal and seen him on TV, he's kind of like that. Well, anyway, after you're done with your desk work on the computer, how about we watch a movie together? I have to ask you one thing, though, about that. Inko says, yeah? How do you not get bored of movies? Oh, simple. I have a memory deletion quirk, where at some point, if I haven't watched a movie in over, what, like 50 years, I just delete the movie from my memory. Like, yeah, I don't delete the experiences of it, but I don't remember the movie. So I can watch it again and still get the pizzazz of that. Doesn't that fuck up with your memory? Well, I can, I cannot. Who knows? I've only done it like 70 times. And I've rewatched some movies a few times, but yeah. Like, I've done that a decent amount, so that's the reason why movies haven't gotten completely boring for me. Like, yeah, sometimes they just recycle tropes. Like, for example, between the years of 2100 and 2120, they had a weird trend of space stuff when we very much were not capable of going to space then. And where basically the trope was, oh, damsel in distress in space! Like, interesting concept. The first time. But that was it dead. Like, it didn't finally end until 2140. And I believe there's a new movie like that coming out next year. And goes says, that's interesting. That's kind of funny. And Najashi says, I have to ask you this question, even though we've been together for a long time. After I told you that I was over 200, why did you stay? Simple. I loved you. And, well, she blushes and says, I kind of like older men. And, well, they do some TV and chill. And that is end of this part. And yes, anyone that knows, yes, I know what you're going to say in the comments. And if anyone that doesn't know is asking what I'm talking about, just ask in the comments. Bye.